Welcome everyone to a very special episode of CowTown Cats Lacrosse podcast. I'm Nicholas, joined by Andy.
Hello, hello.
And we are here live at Dickey's Arena today to talk about the upcoming Panther City Lacrosse season. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Now we're going to go over the middle 6 games of the season. On February 3rd, we travel up to Saskatchewan to face the Rush. Now, the Rush are an interesting team. Last year, we were kind of jockeying with them in the standings for most of the season. They beat us up in Saskatchewan the first time we played them, but then when they came back in, I want to say March, we pulled away in the second half and ended up beating them 16-10, I believe. And so we're probably gonna see more of the same this year, honestly.
Right. Well, and the Rush coming into this season with a new logo and new attitude kind of change.
Yeah.
They went through a whole brand change over the off season, so it'll be interesting to see if that goes over into their play as well for the season.
Yeah. I do like the logo for what it's worth. Yeah, not gonna be cheering for them that night.
Right. Well, and that kind of finishes up our away games, and then we come back home against the Colorado Mammoth, who, again, are coming off a great season.
Yeah.
Made the championship game. Didn't win the title this year, but a tough team nonetheless. And maybe more of our rival, right?
Yeah, well, last time they played here, I know Caputo and Jordan Gillis kind of got in a little run near the end of the game. And that was like part of a series of fights that happened at the end between, I think Medeiros was in there and whatnot. And so they definitely, it always seems like no matter where they finish, they're going to be really competitive, especially come playoff time. So picking off a few wins on them early on, especially in this divisionless new season that they have, is going to be important.
For sure. The next game after that would be in February 25th, if I remember right, and they're going against Georgia Swarm at home. Jeremy Thompson's first game back at Dickey's Arena, so again, interesting interaction in there.
Yeah, a lot of high emotions. I know the season finale that we went to of the inaugural season, we were able to get autographs from most of the players except for Jeremy Thompson. He was such a fan favorite when he played for Panther City. So yeah, mixed emotions seeing him.
Right, and it'll be again at that point of the season, it'll be interesting to see where they both stand.
And then after that, we play the San Diego Seals, who had another, similar to the Toronto Rock, had a big offseason move with Brody Merrill, longtime captain of the team, announcing his retirement. And he's had an illustrious career. Thankfully, we won't have to face him.
Right. Well, San Diego was one of those teams that was, like I said, all in last year, hoping to get a championship. Didn't go as planned, but they are a tough team, and every year we struggle against them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take some time to figure them out. Hopefully this will be the year, with Merrill being gone and us. We have a larger team in general in terms of size. I think that'll definitely help, because the times that we faced them last year, it seemed like some of our smaller guys got kind of pushed around a little bit, no matter how hard they tried.
Well, again, with that offense clicking, hopefully they can get things going that point of the year.
After San Diego, we played Rochester, and Rochester we only played once last season. I think one of their best players was actually out because he was getting married or was on his honeymoon or something, and they still beat us pretty handily. So it'll be interesting to see whether we can compete this time. Even though they beat us by, I want to say it was 8 points.
It wasn't very good.
I don't think Rochester ended up making the playoffs at least. So it was like, that's not the kind of team that you want to lose to. So hopefully depending on how we do against San Diego, hopefully we can carry the momentum of a win or an at least close competitive game to that Rochester matchup.
Well, and this is their first back-to-back game too. I mean, it's only 2 days after the previous game, so it'll be a quick turnaround. But yeah, Rochester, I mean, it should be a team that we should be able to beat, but we'll see how the season goes for us at that point. After that, we are going away against the Philadelphia Wings, who we actually are going against in preseason right now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but what I can't wait for is to see how Philadelphia turns out for us, because Will Malcolm with that game winner last year,
oh man,
the Duke into the net, man, I can't wait to see what he does this year.
Yeah, man, that Philadelphia Wings game, I remember we were at a bar somewhere and watching that, and we were getting so hyped about that game that other people who hadn't heard of the Panther City Lacrosse Club were coming asking what it was, and so we got to talk to them about the team. That was probably my favorite game of the year, certainly of the ones that we couldn't be at in person because it was in Philly. It was just amazing seeing that comeback.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever you call it.
Whatever floats your boat.
And be sure to check our videos out on YouTube. I am once again Nicholas.
And I am preseason Andy.
Oh, preseason Andy. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers, y'all.